you have to come to the Zenon startup tool, and here you can see the list of all the versions installed. So as of now in my laptop only Zenon 12 is installed, so only that is showing. So you can observe if multiple versions are installed in the same system, it will here show you multiple things. Then you can select and then click on Engineering Studio or Service Engine and then do start. That particular version will open. Okay. So this is the startup tool is used if you want to navigate between multiple versions, and also if you want any help relating to the software, you will get from here. Okay. So you can click on Engineering Studio and then you click on Start. It will open. So you can see here as of now, no license is activated. So it will ask you demo mode, license management. So as I told you, there will I have already completed that 30 days of thing, which is available. Now I have only 30 minutes for 20 times remaining. So after every 30 minutes, automatically whatever work you have done, it will save and close. Then you need to open again. So like that, there will be limitation how many times you can use with 30 minutes. After that finishes, every 10 minutes it stops if you don't have a license and if you're operating in demo mode. Okay. Next, let's see. I have an active license. When you sell it to the customer, you'll have a license, right? So how do I activate the license? Okay. Again, I'm mentioning license for automation builder is different, license for Xenon is different. So let's go to this license manager. So that is this one. Here we have multiple options. So just like the automation builder, here also you will have a key in this format. Okay. So you can just click on this and enter the number. So before that, I will also show other options. If you have, you can also activate the license through dongle, hardware dongle. So you can insert the dongle and take that key and activate it here through dongle. Let's go to the advanced option. So one thing is once you activate the license, if you want to return it due to some conditions. So whenever if you're formatting your operating system, I always advise you please return the license, then format it. If you do not return and format it, it's very it will be difficult for us to be reactivated again. Okay, because there's a lot of procedures. So always if your system is you want to restart format your OS, please return the license. And also if you want to borrow the license from someone or you want to lend the license to someone, you can do it that for 90 days. For example, today I'm using the license, tomorrow I want to give it to any one of you, so I can do that for 90 days. Okay. After 90 like before 90 days, if you have forgotten to send it back to them, automatically after 90 days it will get deactivated in the other system and it will come back to the host system. Okay. So you can borrow or lend license for 90 days. Next is return or relocate. So today I'm using, I can return it. So it will be available in the server. So other person can activate the same license. So it is similar to the automation builder license. When you activate, you can return it and then again another person can use the same key. And then mass activation, like if you have multiple license keys, like I told you, like if you're using like web server and other things, that will also have a key. You can activate it multiple license together through this mass activation. Okay, now I will show you how to activate a license. I have a license with me. So go to license overview. So here go to activate. So here it will show you what are all the licenses that are available. So as of now, for me, I have a demo energy edition license. That is what it is showing here. Now I want to activate the license. So click on activation. So again you have two things, online activation and then offline activation. So online activation, as the name suggests, you have to be connected to the active internet, enter the code, and it will be activated. In case you have any internet issues like that, you can go with the offline activation, where it will give you a file and then again you need to load that file and get it activated. So let's go with the online activation. So I'm going to do with software dongle standard. Okay. So I have a license key. I will just copy that. I will enter here. So this is the license key. Then select where you are activating. So I'm activating it as a software dongle, and then click on activate license. So you can see the license has been successfully activated. Okay. So you can come back here and see only two was available. Now even the third one which I activated is also available. You can also check here with this license what are all the things that are available as standard. So is Engineering Studio, Service Engine, Zenon Logic, Gateway. So this is I'm having like the premium version. So everything is available. Okay. So next is mass activation. Like if you're having multiple licenses, you can do the mass activation here. Then license borrowing. As I told you, for 90 days here, you can lend your license to someone and or they can borrow your license. Okay. So this is all about licensing. Any doubt to anyone? How to activate the license or how to return the license? So again, if you want to return the license, just go to license manager, go to advanced option, click on return license. So it will ask you, do you want to really return this? If you click yes, it will get returned and other person can use the same license. Clear? So do you want to return? I'll give no. So now when I try to open Xenon, it will open without asking demo mode. Okay. So you can see it's directly starting opening. They didn't show that pop-up of demo mode. So I have a question, for how many days you can borrow or lend a Xenon license? Yes, anyone can answer. For how many days you can lend or borrow Xenon license? Yes. After 90 days, if you have not sent back to them, it will automatically get deactivated in the other system and deactive here. Okay. So whenever if you're trying to format any your system OS, what you have to do? Yes, you need to return the license that it will be available in the server. Later you can activate it. Okay. So once you open, there will be a demo project that will be opening for you. So this is how the interface looks like. The Xenon 12 interface looks. Okay. So let's go through one by one. First is your menu bar file. So in general, if you want to create a new project or open any project, you'll use this file. So also here we have two things. One is workspace and another one is project. So what is workspace? Any idea? Okay, in simple terms, I can say this is like your file directory. So workspace is like a folder, I can say, where you can store all your projects. For example, if you are creating multiple projects for one customer X, okay, so you can create a workspace X and create multiple projects and save those projects related to that customer X in that workspace. Okay, understood? So this is like a file directory or a folder where you can store multiple projects with a different name. So it will be easy for you to access. For example, if any of your fellow colleague is asking me, please share the backup of this customer X. So you don't know which one he's referring to. So you can share him the whole workspace. So he will be able to access all the projects of that customer. So like that, if you want to create a new workspace or a project inside a workspace, you will be using this file. And then for edit, it's like for undo and redo view. So as you know, you can see here different windows are there. If you want to hide or see any windows, you can come to this view and see what are all the status line, project manager. We'll just discuss all of them. Output window, cross reference. So all these windows that you're seeing here, you can hide, I mean enable or disable from the view menu. Next is the tools. So here under tools, if you want to start any wizards or manage any wizards, or if you want this Visual Basic VBA editor, you can access it from tools. Next is window, whether you want full screen mode or you want to divide and use. So that's regarding window. And then help. So if you are stuck up anywhere or you want to know about any particular topic, you can come to help and you can search. So again, if you want to know any steps, how to activate license or how to create a screen, so everything is available in the help. You can go through it. So you can see everything is available here in help. If you're stuck up at any point, you can come to the help and check. Okay, so that's about the menu bar. Next, here you have all the icons related to the menu bar, like the save, cut, undo, all those things are available. The next icons is related to again like saving or run going to runtime. So those icons are available here. So you can just go through them. Next, coming here, left side, what you see is the project manager. So this is a place where you can see what are all the workspaces that are created and which is the active workspace you're using and your project, active project you're working on. And under the project, you have multiple things. So we'll discuss one by one. So this is your project manager view. And then right side is your detailed view. For example, you select anything on your project manager variables. So all the variables that you have created will come here. So this is like your description window. And next here is your visualization window. For example, you want to design your screens, all that will be in this space. Then coming to bottom, you have your properties window. So if you're going to any screens or any subdivision here, its related properties will be available under properties window. Okay, next you have output window. Here it will show you once you save or run any project, if any errors are there or what is happening, you can get to know from the output window. Next is the property help. So once you open the properties window, its related help will be available here. So these are all some of the different windows I can say related to the Zenon overview. Now let's create a new workspace. So go to File, Workspace, New Workspace. So you can give the location where you want. So default folder, it will be in the C drive, public documents and Xenon project. If you want, you can change the location. Okay. So let me leave the same location or I'll put it to desktop. Okay, I've just created new folder. Click OK. So you can see a new workspace is created, training Zenon 2K25. Now inside this workspace, I'm going to create a new project. So again, go file, project new. So now under projects there are two types of project. One is standard project and another one is the global project. Global project will have certain limitations. So when you can use this is like if you want to create any templates, you can create it through global project. So that will be accessible to all your standard projects. So in that way you can utilize the global project. So I'm going to use standard project. I'll give the name project underscore training, and here I need to give the workspace folder, so it's automatically selected, and then give OK. So it is asking add to active workspace or you want to create a new workspace. So I will add it to the active workspace which is created now. Click on OK. So now workspace, as soon as you create a project it will ask for the wizard. So what do you mean by wizard? Anyone? What is wizard in general? Or a template wizard? Okay, so it's like a predefined settings that are already done. So if you want to create a standard, if you want to maintain a standardization for all your customer projects, okay, so you can create a template wizard. So there you can select how many screens, how many frames, how many tags, like that you can create your own. So whenever you're creating a new project, if you select this template wizard, so half of your engineering will get reduced. So if you have any standard templates or standardization that you follow in your project, so you can create these template wizards and choose it, and you can reuse it for all your further projects. So ABB also has one template, so if you want you can select that and use it. Otherwise you can close it. Okay, so now we have created a workspace and we have also created a new project. Now let's get into detailed one by one. So under projects, first thing you have is your variables. So what do you mean by variables? Correct. So under variables, either you can create internal SCADA variables within the software or you can import it from drivers. Okay, so under variables, when you click on create new variable, so there are few drivers. One is the system drivers, so where you will have all the system related variables. Next is the internal variable, like if you want to create any variable for testing purpose, you can create under internal variable. Next there are few variables that are related to mathematical calculations or trigonometric calculations. So for that time you have to use this mathematic driver. Okay, so if you are creating any internal variable, you need to choose here, give some name for the tag, and then select the type of variable and the data type. So these are all the predefined data types that are available as default: int, unsigned integer, signed integer, double integer, real, long real, bool, time, date, word, so string, byte. These are all the standard data types that are available. So if you want to create an array or if you want to create a structure, you can create new data types. So what is a array? I'm just asking questions so that you keep listening and you don't get bored. What is an array?
Group, group of words is called array.
Group of
Group of words. Group
address,
of words. Group of words.
group of words. So it is a group of elements of same data type of or different data types. Correct. That you have to mention. So array is a collection or a group of elements or tags or variables of same data type. So either it can be elements of only data type word or data type string or bool, like that. So array is a collection of data of same data type. Next is structure or user defined data type. That will be group of elements of different data type. Okay. So if you want to create variables, you can come here, create internal variables, or you want to use any system related variables or mathematical variables, you can create from here. Okay, so that is about variables. Next is drivers. So you can all see there are different driver, default, that is internal driver, mathematical driver, and system driver. If you want to add a new driver, so go to here, add. So as I told you, these are all the list of available driver, but they are licensed. If you purchase Xenon license, default ABB driver is AC500 driver is free of cost. Okay, ABB AC500 driver is free of cost when you purchase the Xenon license. Okay, other than that, if you want to use Xenon with Rockwell product, then you have to purchase this Allen Bradley driver, or you want Siemens, you need to purchase Siemens driver or Schneider. Okay, so these are all the multiple different drivers that are available. Okay, next is data type. So as I told you, these are all the default available standard data types. If you want to create a new array or new structured data type, you just go click here, give a name, and what should be the data type of that array you can create here. Any doubt regarding these variable session, drivers, data type? Okay, clear. Next comes is the reaction matrix. So we will discuss more in detail about reaction matrix tomorrow. So when this reaction matrix will be useful? Any idea what might be reaction matrix? Okay, what is matrix in general as per mathematics? All of you have learned in your college days or school days about matrix? No, you don't remember. You know rows and columns. So matrix is nothing but it's a group of elements distributed in rows and columns. Okay, fine. What is reaction matrix? For example, you have a group of elements, or you have a tag where you want to show different colors based on the range. So you have an integer tag. So if the value is between 0 to 10, you want to show it in red color. If it is between 11 to 20, you want to show it in blue color. 21 to 30, green, and so on. So that time you can use something called reaction matrix, and you can set colors based on the range. So that is one kind of example I'm just giving. And again, for binary, if it's on, be this color, off, be this color, 0 or 1. So those kind of things you can do it through reaction matrix. So mainly this will be used during your alarms. So we know that in alarms, in bool, it's either true or false. In integer, you will set ranges, right? So at that case, for alarm handling, for better understanding, you can use this reaction matrix and set colors for different limit levels, temperature limit or pressure limit, like that. Okay, valve open, valve close, like that. Okay, so that's about reaction matrix. Next, allocation is not required. Next, we'll go for the alarms. So again, alarms we all know. Again, you
Yeah.
can classify alarms into groups and then classes, alarm areas and all. So we'll see how to create alarms. Okay. Next is about measuring units and process gateway, which I will not touch. Next is about screens. So under screens, we have multiple things. First, let's go through one by one. What is screen in general? It's page. So even if you've worked in HMIs also, we develop pages or screens. So that concept remains same. Next, here one more thing you have to remember in the Scada here is frames. Before doing screens, we need to create frames. So what do you mean by frame? Maybe I will tell you it is the dimensions of your screen. So first you need to set the dimension for your screen and then create your screen. So frames is nothing but you're defining the dimension of your screens. Okay. Next is font list. So default there are few fonts. If you want to import or add any new font, you can do it from here. Next is about the font style and then color palettes. And next is the symbol library. So what is symbol library? So default, we already have something called at the bottom general symbol library. So there are already predefined icons that are available under each division. Like if you see, if you're doing anything related to architecture, like symbols like window, chamber, like that. Let's not go into architecture. Maybe we'll go into, yeah, conveyors. So all of us do applications related to conveyor. Then if you want this conveyor related symbol or icon, you can use it. Or anything related to motor, you can actually search here. So when I click on motor, I get different kinds of motors. Okay, so there are already predefined symbols that are available here. But if you want to create your own symbols, or if you want to combine two or three symbols from this general symbol library and make your own symbol, so that you will do it from symbol library. You create it here and then you can access that throughout your project. So if you want to create your own icons or symbols, that has to be done from here. Okay, any doubt?
No doubt.
Okay, so we'll see how to create your own symbol library also. But I'm just giving an overview of all the different topics that are available under Project Manager. Next is about categorization. So this is related to your chronological event list. Chronological event list is nothing but system events that get logged. Next is function. So any idea what is function? Okay, so function is nothing but it's an action assigned to any button. So we know that if you create a button, we need to assign an action to it, like go to next screen, or go to previous screen, or open a pop-up screen. Like that, you define some actions, right? So functions is nothing but an action that you define it. Next is script. So let's see what are all the different functions that are available. So when you click on new, so you can see these are all the different functions that are available. So there are two functions that is under favorite, that is switch screen. So you will keep using this multiple times. There are few functions you have to remember which will be generally used majority of the times by you. One is the switch screen. Switch screen is nothing but navigation to other screens. Next is write or set value. So this is like you add a button, and if you want to use it as a momentary button or as a toggle button, for that you have to use this write or modify set value. If you want to navigate between screens, then you'll use this switch screen. Okay, so there are multiple functions. Majority you will be using this switch screen. And there is one more thing, like if you want to exit runtime or reload your runtime files, those kind of functions also you will be using here. So where is that? So it will be under application like exit service engine. So usually what happens, people will be using your PC, I mean, as your operating system or engineering system, where they will be hiding all this title bar or taskbar, where you will not be able to close it. Okay, at that kind, you can create a button and assign this function exit service engine, then you can close it. Or you have developed some change, you have done some changes in your engineering station, you want to deploy it to your operating station. Okay, so that time you can't close and open always because it's running, it might disturb your processing, it might disturb your process or monitoring thing. That time we can do something called a reload service engine. What happens in the running system itself, whatever changes that has been done in the engineering station, it will automatically get loaded to your runtime station. When you do this, I think there is this reload project online. Okay, so this you can do buttons and do it. Next, there are some function related to the recipe. Then, with respect to the trend, if you want to export the historian, so these are some of the function. Export the report, you can do it from these functions. User management, like if you want to create a button and do change user or change password, a login with password, so all those things come here. So there are multiple functions you can go through and see which can be utilized. So majority of them will be switch screen, then export report or trend, and then user management will be useful. Okay, and that exit runtime and reload project online will be useful. So this is about functions. Next is script. So script is nothing but a group of functions. Okay, so it is a multiple functions together. We call it as script. So again, we have like few scripts that are available standard. So we will be using one of the script that is called auto start. Like you do a template, like when you start the project, that should be applicable for all your screens. Okay, so that's about auto start script which we can use. Next is smart object that I will not touch. Next is the historian. So when you want to do the you trends, you want to create trends, you want to log the data, at that point of time we will do historian. So you need to create a historian. Next is about recipes. So you can create recipes using the standard recipe or recipe group manager. Next is the time control. This is like the like time based. You want to do any, like any function to be operated or any task to be done. We can do it through time control. Next is the scheduler. Again, this is related to the time based. You can schedule at what time, what day, what time of the day anything need to be executed. For example, customer will be having a requirement that every 15 days or every Saturday I need to generate a report. So at that time, you can do this scheduler or time control. You can set every 15 day from this date, please print the report, like that. So automatically there will be a location where the PDF will be generated. You can use the report. Next is the programming interface. This I will not discuss. Next is about the user administration. So this is regarding the creating administrative access, creating multiple users, assigning who should be the admin or who should be the operator. So those things regarding users and user groups. Then, yeah. So these are all the things we will be discussing. One is the variables. Next is the screens, functions, and then about the reports and users. Okay. Do you want break for some time? Do you want break or we can continue? Okay, fine. So now we'll try to create a new project. Okay. I mean, we'll start developing the project. So first, as I told you, before creating the screens, we need to define the frames. Frames is nothing but the dimensions of the screen. Okay. So go to frames. Before that, under the project, we have this project properties. So you can see here there are different properties that are available. So general, under general, for example, you want to transfer the project created in engineering station to the operating station. Instead of copying in the pen drive and then loading here, you can do something called a remote transport. So here you can enter the other system's IP address and then do remote transport. So whatever project was developed here, automatically it will get deployed to the another system. Okay. So for that purpose, you will use this remote transport in order to transfer your project from the ES to OS. Next is about the networking. So if you're using any redundancy system for the SCADA, so those settings has to be done here. What is the type of redundancy? What is the redundancy mode? The switch over time, all that. Next is the graphical design. So here, as soon as you load the runtime, what should be your starting screen? Again, whether you want the screen with all the what do you say, title bar, maximize button, minimize button, or you want without buttons, all that, no title, full screen, those settings you can do here. Okay. So all the project related system settings can be done. Click on the project bottom, project properties. Okay. So we'll go on to the frames. So click on the frames, click on this new frame. So here you need to define the dimensions. So we know that standard width is of based on your system settings, what you have done, the display orientation. So as of now, minus 1920 and 1200. So same thing it is showing here. Width is 1920 and height is 1200. So what I will do, I will create multiple frames. One is like the header, footer, and then the navigation bar. So like this, I will create four. So maybe for better understanding, I will just open the PowerPoint. Okay, so consider this is your workspace, what you saw. So let me add shape rectangle. So first I will add one a rectangle. So this is my header and I will keep it as 1920 into 1200. This is for your understanding I'm doing. This is not necessary. You can directly do it. Okay. So next I will add a footer. So footer you can be kind of consider like an alarm banner. If any alarm comes, it needs to pop up at the bottom. Okay. So this also I will give it as alarm banner. My width will be 1920, but here height is not 1200. Probably I will give it as 100 and we'll see and modify. So here also I will give it as 100. Okay, so this is the width and this is the height. Next, I will take a navigation bar at the left. So maybe I'll change the color so that you can identify. So navigation, probably width I will give as like 300. Maybe we will modify later. And height, I need to deduct 1200 minus 200. So it will be like 1000. Okay. And then remaining whatever is there, I will use it as main frame to design your other things. Okay. So automatically this size will get calculated and come, or you can calculate it. So I will give more lighter color. So this is my main frame. So this has to be uh, calculated based on the remaining size. Okay, like this, let's create one, two, three, four frames. Okay, so go back to the Zenon. So first frame, what we thought will be the header. So click on this, come to properties at the bottom. So you will have a go to position. Here you need to mention your width and height. So width will be 1900. Height, let me see for 100 how small it is. I think 100 should be fine. Okay, so this is my width, and you can see this frame is automatically created. Let's rename that frame. So you can go to general, and instead of frame 0, I will put it as header. Okay, so you can see it is created. Now let's create another frame. So I will give as alarm banner, and its dimension again I will keep it as 1920 and 100. Okay, let me pull that alarm banner bottom, and header I will push it here only. So just pull it at the bottom in order to position it. Okay, so next let's do the navigation. So third one is my navigation frame. So my width, I'll let's see for 500 how much big it'll come, and this will be 1000. I think it's too big. Let's reduce the width to like 300. Yeah, or 250. So you just pull it bottom. Okay, so you have a header, you have a navigation, and then you have a alarm banner. So remaining, I need to do the main frame. So what I'll do, I'll just rename this as main frame. The word using spaces. Now what I'll do, I'll just drag it as per the remaining dimension. Otherwise, you'll have to calculate it. If you see, I just positioned in between them. So automatically the size got set. So like this, I have created four different frames. Any doubt? So before creating screens, you need to create frames and set the dimension for your screens. Clear? Any doubt? Okay. So now let's create screens. Okay. So go to screens, create new. So again, we'll have multiple screens, header screen and the navigation, alarm banner. So these three things has to come in all the screens, common. It's so let's create kind of a template now. So screen name, I will put as screen header. So Screen type, you should use standard, but frame, you have to choose which frame. Header should be in header frame. So click on OK. So the header screen is created. Let's create multiple screens. Next is screen alarm banner. So just put ALM banner. I request you to please keep yourself on mute if you don't have any questions. And frame will be alarm banner. Okay, we'll create navigation screen also. Frame should be navigation. Okay. Next, we'll create a kind of a main screen or home screen. So probably I'll put as home, and frame will be my main frame. So now I've created multiple screens. So let's do the some designs on the screen. So this is my header. Probably I'll give some color. So if you see at the bottom, this is general frame display. So if you want, you can just change the color of it. You can go here. You want to keep it any color, you can keep. Okay. So I'll just keep it as gray. So all the editing properties will be at the bottom properties window. You can do the changes. Now let me add a font. So for that you can go to elements. So you can see there are multiple elements that are there. You want to create a circle, ellipse, arc, line, rectangle, anything. So let's go to the text. So I'll use static text. Okay. So I will type it as ABB. You can vary the font style, font size. Okay. So let me go here. If you want to create new font, so that also can be done. And whether it should be center aligned, right aligned, all that can be taken care. Again, you want any color. So you can add the color. Okay. Well, so if you want the background like that, you can change it. Okay. Probably I'll change this to red. If you want to remove the frame, all those things, you can just check in the effects and do it. Okay. So you can do all the beautification like this. So let's keep like this as of now. I will put one more text. I will give some title. Okay. So you can adjust it. And then if you want to do date and time, all those things you can add it here. Okay. There's a clock. So it will display you the, sorry, So now my header is ready. Or you can also adjust here the dimensions. That is also okay if you are unable to pull it properly. Let's keep center aligned. Okay, just save it. So in case you're working on demo mode, every 10-15 minutes keep saving. Okay, otherwise also it will automatically get saved before it closes. Next, let's go to the navigation screen. So navigation screen also, let me give a color. Okay, so in this navigation screen, I will add some buttons to navigate to different screens. Okay, so for buttons, go to elements. You have button, just drag and drop multiple buttons. Okay, so as I told you, it took to the function selection to select which screen you want to navigate. So first, let's create buttons and then add the switch screen function. So I will give here as home. Let's create multiple buttons. Home, then I will give friends, alarm screen, then system events. So sequence of events you can have. Then we'll do report. So it need not be like this. I'm just showing you one of the sample. So your standard designs or templates may be different. So just to understand how to use all the elements, I'm just showing. Probably in your project's navigation uh, pane can be, I mean, the navigation part window can be on the top, or it can be on the bottom, or it can be on the right. Let's have one more screen for your motor control. For here, let's create a PLC logic import tags and check some operation. Okay, so as of now, I've created multiple buttons. Now let's create these screens to get navigated. So let's go back to screens, add screens. So screen name will be trends, and here my frame will be my main frame. So for trend, you can use this extended trend screen type. Okay, so there is a pre-designed template. You can use it. Okay, click on OK. Next, create one more screen for alarms. So again, frame should be main frame. And for alarms also, we can use this alarm message list or alarm message list with filter, whichever template you want. And again, under template also, we have like multiple options. You can choose whichever is required. So automatically everything gets displayed here. You can see few things are going out of your frame. You need to ensure you move everything within the frame. Okay, you can just do control all and then move them within the frame. So you can just move them like this within the frame. So you need to take care all of this while designing. Okay. So next, let's create another screen for system events, sequence of events. For that, we have to use something called chronological event list. Sorry, I think I have chosen wrong frame. So here you need to choose chronological event list. Where is the frame? Yeah. So frame should be main frame. Yeah. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to do? Everyone?
Yes.
Are
Yes.
you all there?
Yes.
Okay. Another 10-15 minutes. We'll break for lunch. Okay.
Okay.
So tomorrow I want everyone to do whatever we have discussed today. Okay, maybe one project from RVSAC, two projects from rhythm. So in your own way, if you have any standardization or template or format, you can do it in that way. So ensure you show me all this before we start tomorrow's session. I want both of you all, at least two people, to demonstrate what we have done today. Okay. So another screen for reports. For report, you have to use a report viewer. Okay. Oh, I forget to miss change the frame. Then one more for motor. So keep standard and frame as main frame. Done. So now we have created different screens. We have added buttons. Now we need to create functions to get navigated. So go to functions. You need to use switch screen function. Okay, click OK. So let's create first a switch screen to go to header. Okay, let me name this function as switch screen header. Now create one more switch screen for alarm banner. Next, one more switch screen navigation. One more switch screen for home. Then another switch screen to open trends page. So whenever you're using these templates that you created, like for trends, alarms, so you get a filter here. So this window is mainly used in order to set the timing, like whether it should be the trend should get logged from when the time you define or already defined time range Okay, absolute time range or relative time range, or from the time and date you start defining. So that filter can be done here. And also, if you're creating the trends and all, we need something called historian that has to be created. Maybe we'll discuss in the second half. That time I will talk about this filter. Okay, as of now you can just cancel it and give trend. Then create switch screen for alarms. Here also we have from when you want the alarms to be displayed, historical alarms, real time alarms, or buffer. Those things and all you can define here. So I'm just creating functions for all. Okay. Lastly, for the motor, so I've created all these functions. Now I need to link those functions to the button. So go back to your screens, go to navigation screen, click on this button. Okay, you have to come bottom in the properties variable or function. So now you need to link that function. Switch screen home. Go here and select switch screen home. So whenever this button is clicked, the home screen will appear. Similarly, link all your screens. This is for trend. This will alarm. So it got stuck. Oh, sorry. Got closed. Any doubt till here? Okay. So whenever you open first time Zenon, it will always open demo project. We also have the settings to tell when you load which project to open. So that also you can do it. So go to project. You can open the workspace. So all the projects in that workspace will come. So I had saved in desktop. So this was today's. Okay. Hope everything is saved. Navigation. Oh God, it's not saved. Functions. Okay, only navigation has been disappeared. Okay. So as you're creating, only if you have defined function, you can just select it and add it. Okay. Don't know why it's not saved. Quickly, I'll create all the buttons again. Trend, alarms, trend, alarms, SOE. So I am parallelly doing it because the functions and all were saved. This buttons has deleted. So as I'm creating the button, if your functions are already created, you can directly link them. I think yes, all are done. Okay. Now I want whenever you open load the runtime, I want the header, navigation bar, alarm banner also to be displayed. So let's go to the alarm banner. Let's me give one color so that you can identify. Okay. Now since I told everything should appear, we need to write a script. Go to script. So add new script. So when you click on script here, there is an option. What is the name of the script? You need to select auto start script. Sorry, auto start. Okay. And then under that, right click and you need to do add functions. So script is nothing but a group of, right? You just delete the script, go to this auto script, right click, add functions. So which are all functions when you open, which are all screens you want. Like I want header, navigation, and then the alarm and the mainframe to appear. So I will select add header, alarm banner. You need to add here navigation and then home. So you need to select, click on add, all these will come, click on OK. So you can see here, this is all added. Okay. Now let's save. Now let's load it in the runtime and see whatever we have designed till now is coming or not. Okay. For that, you need to use this option create change service files, create all service files, and then start service engine. Okay. These icons. Any doubt? So I'm going to load now. So can you see here? As soon as you open, everything came. Now let's go to one by one screen. Excuse me regarding the alignment and all. So you see, when I press all the trends, I think this one we have still not adjusted. Didn't get save, I guess. alarms, SOE. So you can see here system event system was started at 12:37. Report and then motor. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Clear, right? How to develop screens, frames,
Ye-
functions, script.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now it's difficult for me to, when it was here, I need to search where is the close button and all. So here itself, I can put a close button and do it. Okay. So let me close this. So let's do one thing. I'll go to the header screen and add those two buttons for reload and close. Okay. Where is the screens? Okay. This is everything within the frame. This is also within the frame. I think alarms. This alarms. This is also within the frame. Okay, so let's go to header. Let me add those two buttons. Okay, insert button. So I'll add a new function. So I want to do exit runtime. So it will be under application. I need to do exit service engine. Okay, I can rename this later. Where is this? Just rename it. Switch. No, exit. And I'll give a cross mark like that so that it is closed. Next, I can use the reload button. So when I want to close it, I can just click this button and it will get closed. So use another new function, reload. So why this reload? For example, you have done some changes in the engineering station. You can just click on this button reload after the changes. It will automatically get deployed here. You need not close and open always. Okay. Now let's see this. I can see here. If I reload, it will reload. Now no changes, so nothing is reflecting. When I click on close, it closed. So that is the purpose. So till here, any doubt to anyone? Because we'll break for lunch now. So after lunch, let's create a AC500 project, import the tags to Zenon, and then let's create some alarms, trends, and check. Okay. Any doubt? Okay.
No, ma'am.
How are you feeling? Easy, difficult?
It is very easy, ma'am.
Very easy. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Okay, then it's 12:40 now. We'll break for lunch and we'll connect around 1:45. Is that okay? 1 hour. Meanwhile, if you have any doubts, please let me know. If you finish your lunch quicker, also, if you want to start developing, you can develop. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me once we are back. Okay. So let's connect back at sharp 1:45. Okay, let's break for lunch. But if you have any doubts, 5 minutes